We have 3 new product lines that are all launching middle of this year or later that have had a phenomenal response from our retail partners on a global basis, one of which is Bitty Pop that we're just insanely excited about, which is a micro pop collectible.
Well, we promised we would be back to tell you how Funko can be fixed, and we have some really great ways to fix Funko.
And I think that we should start off by talking about what Brian Mariotti said in the Q4 2023 Funko earnings call earlier this month. I have something sitting right next to me that is gonna fix all of Funko. Mail call! I am in full agreement with Mr. Mariotti. They're itty, they're bitty, they're pops. Teeny tiny little pops. $15 for 4. These are great. Who doesn't want these? You know what a great selling point for these items are?
What?
You can have as many of these as you want and take up very minimal shelf space. Thinking with my brains.
When I heard about these, I absolutely hated the idea, but seeing them in hand, I f***ing hate these things.
They're going to save Funko. We really need to be more open-minded, Chris.
All jokes aside, I actually don't think these are bad. So they're very tiny Funko Pops in very tiny Funko boxes.
Just look at them. Aren't they adorable?
And the little boxes are made out of, I think, plastic. I don't think they're made out of cardboard. So these actually have little mystery figures in them. What does this remind you of?
Shopkins?
No. Do you remember when they used to sell the pint-sized and there was one mystery figure inside where it has a little question mark over it?
Oh yeah, that was a pint-sized hero?
Yeah, there's a pint-sized heroes. Yeah.
Yeah, that's cool.
Now we're saying these are going to save Funko?
Yeah, I'm going to need help. These are going to tiny-handedly save Funko.
Oh my god, look.
Yeah, it's a carrying case. You can put it in your backpack, remember?
Oh my god, they actually blind boxed the pop.
Ain't that cute?
Oh my god. They went the extra mile by blind boxing it. It actually says Funko on it. Look at that.
Aww.
That's cool. That's a nice little piece. Now, do these all connect to each other? Oh my god, the pop comes out! Oh, look at that.
I dropped mine. Can you find it?
Oh, that's so cool. Oh, but it's screwed to the bottom of this thing,
Help.
so there's no pulling it off.
Help.
Unless you got a screwdriver.
Help.
What?
I have a Dumbledore somewhere. Oh, here he is.
So there they all are in the little carrying case. Look at that. Isn't that cool? Now, who's your blind figure?
I got a Harry blind figure. A Harry Potter with his broom.
Oh, that's great. Okay, hold on. So are we hoping you got the entire set?
Yeah, but I don't think I will. A lot of people are getting like duplicates.
You can actually disconnect it. It has like this little bottom part and it separates. Look at that. Isn't that cool?
I like it.
Yeah, that's neat.
Okay, so I'm currently missing Fox and Hedwig. So maybe in this one I'll have a Fox and or a Hedwig. Okay, I got a Fox, so I just need a Hedwig.
Oh, very nice. Look. They're stackable. They actually lock, does it lock in? It locks into place. You know what it reminds me of? What? It reminds me of Pop Shield Armors from 7bucksapop.com. You should go and check them out at 7bucksapop.com and buy yourself some Pop Shield Armors. They actually connect to each other. They're super durable, and they actually have a magnetic top that seals your Funko Pop and keeps it in place. Go check it out. They're the best pop protectors on the market, in my opinion. 7bucksapop.com. Oh my god!
I don't know how to do this.
You just connect them all up, Heather.
Okay, you do it. Okay, well, you're too. Look at you. Oh my god, Chris. Oh my god.
Because this one is upside down. What are you doing? You don't know what you're doing. It's like you're drunk.
Look, it's a mini Harry Potter. This is going to save Funko. I just know it.
You know what? This is not a bad plan for them. If they make Marvel ones, I might be down with the Marvel ones. I love how small they are so they don't take up as much room like on your desk. This is perfect for somebody's office like at work.
I didn't want to say if I liked them or if I disliked them until I saw them in hand, but I do really like them.
Well, we have one error.
What's that?
Do you like an error?
Yeah.
The pop box is printed backwards. So if you look at the top of the boxes, you'll notice that this guy right here is printed upside down. So there are all the figures combined, all the little collector cases are stacked. And
These are so great. Look at them.
But look, they stack perfectly. And I mean, that's perfect, right? So these are great. I like these, and this is not the entire video. This is just sort of summarizing what Brian Mariotti was saying was going to save Funko. Like, here's something great. I think that they actually will help sales of Funko product, because I think people are going to be all in once they see these in hand. At first, I thought this was a big joke. I thought Funko was like going downhill because of doing stuff like this. Like, they're worried about Funko in general, so now they're just going to make anything. But this seems like a pretty brilliant move on their part. I love that they're in like little plastic boxes. You know, you're not getting any box damage with these guys. So to sort of give you an idea of the size difference, there you go, look at that.
Yeah, and to give you an idea of the price difference, $15 retail, $60 retail.
60?
Yeah, so one 4-pack is $15. So 15 plus 15 plus 15 plus 15
That is
60.
pretty expensive for that.
It is, I agree, but I also feel like a lot of work does go into making these.
Sure.
And they might not be as mass-produced, thus possibly making them more pricey to make. I'm not sure.
Know.
And I don't know how it compares, because I don't do like the mini brands or Shopkins or whatever, so I don't know how much small stuff is supposed to cost.
I love them. I think they're great. I hope they make a lot more of them. I want Marvel.
Remember when you said they were trash?
I'm telling you, I really thought they were going to be trash,
We
but I
do
like
this
them a
all
lot.
the time, but whatever.
I go back on my word.
Listen.
Same thing I did with NFTs.
Yep.
Love it.
We're always contradicting ourselves, and I think that's part of the Gastlecast charm. And part of the charm for these is that they are itty and bitty and Funko Pops.
Will this single-handedly fix Funko?
No!
Heather, in our last video, we said to be continued because we're going to tell Funko how they can fix themselves.
Yeah, and spoiler alert, it's not with bitty pops. However, I do think that if their trajectory is to become more mainstream, they do need to cater to what's popular. However, I don't know how popular mini brands still are. Mini brands is very small items such as these. They couldn't make Funko Pops because Funko has a license for Funko.
No, these are fun. These are great. I know there's going to be a lot of people out there who love them. This will not single-handedly fix Funko, but I think it definitely will help. But we're going to talk about how we're going to fix Funko.
Hold on really quick before we talk about how Funko can be fixed. I do want to note that I wanted these to be bad and I wanted to hate them, so I could call them bitty.
So how are we going to fix Funko? So Chris and Heather of the Gastlecast, we're going to lay out our foolproof plan of how Funko can be fixed.
Yes, these are two people with no business degrees that are looking to fix Funko, and we're gonna do it. We're gonna do it. Guess what?
I don't care. Do I even look like I care?
No, you look like a big dumb idiot. And we are the Gastle Trash, so you know that any ideas coming from here? A+.
The first problem, overproduction. Funko needs to slim all of this down in a really big way so we can get a lot of the collector fan base back involved once again. Yes, you want to become a large toy company, and there's nothing wrong with that, but there are avenues to do it. Find new ways to create new products that can be mass-produced and specifically focus on Funko being the limited nature that it once was.
Yeah, for example, common pops should be common, mass-produced, stuff you can buy at your Targets and Walmarts and Hot Topics and wherever pops are sold. But then you have chases, which are a bit more limited than your average pop. Chases used to be a lot harder to get. They used to be 1 in 36, now they're 1 in 6. So if a common pop is mass-produced, chases are pretty much mass-produced too. They're less common, but they're still pretty common.
Common Funko Pops still should not be super mass produced. We should still have some sort of limitations on them. We should try to find a way to limit them a lot more than they are today. Maybe design a new brand of things that you can mass produce. Maybe even mass produce your mini brand characters, your Bitty Pop things. Anything else but the Funko Pop. The Funko Pop should be a sacred thing.
Store exclusives should be, 1, limited only to that store. You shouldn't be able to buy a Target Funko Pop on Funko.com. And it should be less common than a common Funko Pop, but it seems like the numbers on those are pretty high as well. They're becoming pretty common. Then you have your store exclusive chases. In my opinion, less common than your common chases and a step below your store exclusives. Then Con Pops. Con Pops, I don't know where Con Pops should fall in the store exclusive and store exclusive chase. I don't know if they should be more common than the store exclusive chases or less common than the store exclusive chases, but all I know, Con Pops should be very special.
Whatever the case may be, if you stick with what Heather talked about in terms of limitation or you come up with your own, no matter what you do, make sure this stuff is more limited. You want to cater to your actual collectors, your fan base who have been around for a long time, and you could also cater to the mass production audience, to people that don't know Funko that well yet, and come up with another Funko brand that'll kill, that'll make you a lot of money. But Funko Pops need to be on their own separate. Because if you lose your core audience, you're going to lose your company.
Yeah, if the collectors are turned off, more people are going to stray away from collecting, and I know a lot of people already have, because there are a bunch of stores that purchase people's collections and they are so overwhelmed right now taking in collections for people who are getting out of the game.
The second thing that needs to happen is change the con experience. I've said this multiple times, but the con experience is absolutely horrible. You go to a con to see some new, not stand in a line all day long in order to pick up a bunch of Funko Pops. Leave those Funko Pops online and only have a couple that are available at the convention. That way you can reduce your line and you can also focus on doing some more paneled sort of activity.
I think panels are fantastic. I do feel that them having product at cons is key. However, I feel like if they're gonna have product at the convention, they should not have a shared sticker on them. Additionally, it seems like they're overselling their line spots, thus making the lines 4 or 5 hour waits when some people might go there for just one day. They want to see the con, but instead they're forced to stand in this line if they want anything Funko.
When you have 75 con exclusives and people in line trying to pick out what they want, it's going to take a long time to get through that line. If you have 5 items, then it's going to make it a lot easier for the people that are standing in line, move your line a lot faster, and will allow you to get the panels a lot easier. Additionally, if you put on events like Fright Night or Fun Days, you can focus on them a lot more than having to focus on this huge, massive Funko Pop selling event.
And speaking of the events, I feel like that is a huge draw to why people like Funko. Not only do you get some limited items in going to those events, but it makes you feel like you're part of something really cool, and it brings that Funko family feeling to life, and I think that is so important.
We need more Funko experience and less Funko sales. We love buying stuff at the convention, but it ends up turning into a pit of flippers. Spending an entire day in line to buy a handful of Funko Pops is absolute trash. Number 3, the social media experience. The social media experience has been all over the place for Funko recently, and we want to see a better social media experience all the way around. More fun, more adult-related content, maybe not something that's 18 plus, but something that speaks more to the adult collector than it would a child.
Similar to Shrek, they have some adult jokes that adults will get, but kids don't, but everybody thinks it's funny.
Absolutely, and let's hammer down a day of the week that Funko is going to make announcements and also give us a reason to show up and watch these announcements. Maybe flurry in during the week something that's big coming up at the end of the week. Give us a reason to want to watch your content. Also, find new personalities that you can throw in front of the camera depending on what's being discussed. Like a horror drop, having somebody who's super into horror, maybe dressed up as a horror character, make it fun and interesting, and give us a reason to come and check it out.
Anime drops, you could have a big anime hair.
Could have a big anime hair or just somebody from the anime world that sort of guest appears. Anything. Just make the social media experience a lot more fun. Giveaways should not be the thing dragging us to go and watch this stuff.
I don't care about a giveaway if I have to sit through something that I don't really care about. But if I see something exciting going on at Funko and I want to watch their social media videos, then I will go over there, and the giveaways are just an added bonus. It seemed like Funko had had a huge hold on their previous social media team where they were hardcore limiting what their social media could say, and I think it has to do with them being so public and publicly traded. But I think there's a way to make it fun without all the limits that Funko put into place.
Yeah, it felt like people were handcuffed the entire time they were talking. Number 4, do not get rid of all the artists that you have on your team.
Oh, well, they already sort of did.
Well, not all of them. There are some left, and we need to hone in on these people because they're showing love with every Funko Pop that they produce. And I'm not entirely sure if we're going to see that same sort of love if this stuff is produced overseas.
Absolutely. I cannot tell you how many times we have been wandering toy aisles or even like Ollie's toy aisles and stuff, and we see these like cheapy sort of toy products that obviously don't have the love and care that do go into Funko Pop, and they just look a complete mess. Like half of them don't even look like the character. Some of them have like eyes that are going different directions, like a bug or a chameleon. It's just really bizarre.
We want to see that fandom influence in all the products that are made by Funko. It's always exciting to see that our favorite character is shown the true love that we expect to see.
Absolutely. And top examples, Krampus with the child on his back. So much detail went into that pop, and somebody who loves horror had to have designed that because it is such a cool pop. It's brilliant, and I want to see more love like that come from Funko that you can't necessarily get off of a quick Google image search.
5, let's see a very special portion of the Funko.com website specifically for collectors where you drop very special items.
Like limited pieces.
Yes, I would love to see that. I think NFTs are awesome. I enjoy NFTs, but I would also love to see on Funko.com the opportunity to buy limited pieces without having to worry about buying a bag or figuring out how to work NFTs, because not all of us know how to do that. If you had a special limited series that ran on Funko.com,
Platinum series,
just any name, that would be awesome. And we could go there maybe a couple times during the week, or maybe once a month, once a week, where we can find out what is the next new limited piece, and it could be even more money. I would spend an extra few bucks if it was something that I knew that was limited, and also make sure that you put it in a pop protector when you ship it to us, because that is something that needs to happen with NFTs, but we'll get to that in another video. Number 6, bring us back to retailers and make it a fun experience. It used to be awesome standing in line waiting for con-exclusive Funko Pops, but that is no more. I used to love being involved in Target Con, and Target Con has taken a complete poop recently. It would be nice if Target Con was filled with some exceptional pieces.
Pieces worth waking up early for, waiting in line outside of Target, even if it's snowing, going in, getting to the back of that electronics section, and going to pick your favorite pops. And notice I said pops, not just one pop that sort of stands out that you're like forcing yourself to buy because you want just one pop from the drop. I want to be excited for these events. I want multiple pops from these drops.
And number 7, we need better marketing. Funko,
oh my God. Their marketing is bullshit. Like, I do appreciate the Funko Fair and stuff, but realistically, they're just previewing stuff that you can pre-order, and honestly, pre-orders sort of get old. Why not just have announcements throughout time? Like when this pop becomes available, put it up for retailers to sell on their websites. Because when we see an overabundance of what's to come from Funko this year, by the time it gets here, we're bored of the idea. We pre-ordered this back in February. We don't get it till December. It's like, okay, I've been waiting really long for this, but does it even mean anything to me anymore?
Absolutely. The lead times are horrible on all this stuff, and that's number 8. We need better lead times.
Yeah.
So when you're going to show us a preview of something, make sure that it's available in a couple of months. This whole like taking a year or many months is a real pain in the butt, and this specifically happened with the 3-pack Spider-Man from No Way Home. This was something that was previewed a long time ago. It took months for us to finally get this thing in hand.
I feel like each day for Funko Fair, we saw at least 50 items, if not more. It was so overwhelming. It was overwhelming just for us to talk about on the channel, let alone like going out to try to pre-order this stuff, but then to just wait for it to come in. Why not just put it up for sale? Give it to retailers to put up for sale when it comes in, and everyone can pre-order it on a specific date. Just say, hey retailers, this Spider-Man pop is gonna come out and you guys are gonna have it in hand in February, but we want every retailer to put it up at 10 a.m. on March the 3rd. And every retailer puts it up at this time on March the 3rd, and that way they can start shipping it that day or that week or whatever, and it's in everybody's hands and we know when to expect it, and less pre-ordering, less disappointment. And another thing that they need to market better is their Funko games. As we saw in that one video, and I'm sure that there are plenty more instances of this happening, we saw a ton of those Funkoverse games being trash. Nobody buys them. We've talked about the fact that we've seen chases sit on clearance shelves. How crazy is it to see a chase on a clearance shelf because nobody cares about it? If they made it excitable, if they taught people how to play these games, had some fun tied into these products, then they could sell so much better. They need to get excitement for their products and they're not doing it. I have never once seen an ad for a Funko game. The only reason that I ever picked up Marvel Battle World by Funko is from a recommendation from a friend. And let me tell you, that game is awesome, and they could do so much with it if they marketed it properly.
And made content on how to play the games. We had to search YouTube forever to figure out how to play that game. Number 9, improve Funko Shop in the way that it works. The most recent drop of Goldie Rogers showed that bots had full command of Funko Shop and they were able to eat them up big time. Funko, you need to improve on this, and I hope that this step of this Funko Pop selling out the way that it did is showing you how to make the website better.
I have high hopes that Funko is going to learn and grow from this, but only time will tell.
The one plus side to this is that the Funko Pop sold out and it looks like that Funko is doing something good. Anything one piece typically sells out very fast, so that is awesome. But we should all have a fair chance.
Absolutely, and not only do we need a fair chance at getting items from the website, but we need a fair chance of products that we actually like, because it seems like we're overwhelmed with Grogu and anime.
And the 10th and last way that Funko can improve is to work on that damn app. This app is an absolute mess, and right now it's not working for me at all. And actually, over the past few months, there was a time where it wasn't being connected to PPG at all, so we didn't even know real values for a while. If you're gonna have an app in place and you wanna use it for marketing, you wanna use it for the values of your Funko products, you need to put some love into it.
Absolutely, I use that app all the time, not only to see how much stuff is valued at in case I wanna buy something and see like what a good price may be, but also just tracking my collection, because I can't tell you how many times I've been at like a flea market or antique store where I see something cool and I'm like, wait a second, do I have that already or do I not? Like, I don't know because I have so much. So the app is a huge tool for collectors, and I would love for it to work properly.
Yeah, the fact that the app doesn't have every single Funko product listed on it, which I would expect not all the newest stuff, but there are some older items that I have not been able to find on there. That is a real problem. So Funko, get your act together with the app.
Get your app together.
Oh, Heather, you're such a stinker.
I'll be here all week.
So those are the top 10 ways that Funko could fix Funko. I don't think they're going to listen to anything that we have to say, but we hope they do, because things need to be fixed up so Funko can get back on its merry way again.
I want to be excited for Funko again, not excited to talk about Funko again.
But we would like to know your thoughts on our top 10 ways of how to fix Funko. Do you have a better way to fix Funko? Do you think our ideas are terrible? Let us know all that and more in the comment section down below. In every video, we like to shout out to some of our patrons from Patreon. In this video, we'd like to shout out to Kevin Maxa, Al, Joshua Lerndal, Brandon Roy, Brendan Rowell, Ralphie'sFunhouse.com, Paulie D's Pops, Matthew Matthias, Trina and Travis, Pop Alex 223, Little Stevie, and David Palma. Thank you guys so much for your continued support. We appreciate all of our patrons. You guys rock. Thank you for staying until the very end of the video. We really appreciate you. Remember, as always, we are together, guys. We'll catch you next time.
Bye.